Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. We're excited to have you again. Obasanjo once again has clearly told Nigerians about some of the decisions that he made, which he ended up regretting. The mistakes, he calls it mistakes that he made. And Atiku has been dragged in again. He did make mention of two mistakes that he made. Atiku Abubakar, or the choice of Atiku Abubakar was number one. And you're going to get to hear other things that he said after then. We're going to give you details of this news in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. Former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, has revealed that he made a mistake while picking his vice when he ruled as a civilian head of state in 1999. Obasanjo said these at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library (OOPL), Abeokuta, Ogun State, while filing questions from secondary school students in a program. While interacting with the student, Obasanjo revealed that he has made many genuine mistakes in his life, saying, however, that God made him overcome them. According to him, he said, one of the mistakes I made was picking my number two when I wanted to become the president. But because it was a genuine mistake, God saved me. It has been reported that the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, was Obasanjo's second in command from 1999 to 2007. While in office, the duo of Obasanjo and Atiku disagree on issues as they went up in arms against each other for years. Speaking about the second mistake, Obasanjo said he refused an asylum offered to him by the American embassy when he was about to be arrested by the late former military dictator General Sani Abacha. According to Obasanjo, he would have lost his life during the period of his incarceration, but God saved him. He went further to say, when Abacha wanted to arrest me, I was told by the American ambassador that they will arrest me and that America has asked that I should be given an asylum. I said no. It could have been a mistake because I could have lost my life. The Balogun Ogu maintained that God has saved him from many things that could have been a mistake. On whether the youths could be allowed to rule the nation, Obasanjo expressed worries, stating that youths may never come into power if the current trend in Nigeria continues. The former president regretted that in spite of not too young to run campaign, people contesting to rule the nation are between 70 and 80 years old. He said, how can the youth run? Adding that the amount of money involved in going into politics will not allow youth to get to leadership position. Wow, this is quite interesting. But first of all, one of the things that had been a topical issue and seems not to be forgotten in a hurry is the, what I say, vendetta that had been between Obasanjo and Atiku. Now, shockingly, anytime Atiku wants to go for any presidential race, he will always seek the blessings of Obasanjo. And when you see them during that time, you feel that Obasanjo has forgiven him and things are going well and all of that. But every time he keeps talking about this issue, which means it has not left his mind. Fairly recently, we heard him invite the person of Peter Obi to his house and talk on many issues, especially as it has to do with the nation, showing some support for him. But Atiku Abubakar has always been one person that he will never have any interference with. And one begin to wonder, does it mean he has not forgiven him? Or is it such an experience that he cannot forget in a hurry? After all, the same Obasanjo we're talking about now had someone as his vice far back in 1979 when he was the president of military administrator of the whole country. That's military president of the whole country. or call him military head of state. He had someone who was, next to him, and he had never for once complained about the person. So the question is, what did Atiku really do, that had made he's been with him, he's been with Atiku, becoming such a memory that he can't forget in a hurry, a negative memory that he can't forget in a hurry. Now, first of all, one of the things that happened then was the issue of corruption. There was so much corruption, and there was so much, call it chopping of money. The national cake was a struggle between the two guys. I don't know why the president was really against him. That's Obasanjo was really against him, but there were adequate proofs that he doesn't like him. And their quarrel left their office, and that left us so rocked. Nigerians said about him, and they were calling themselves names. This one was saying, "You chop this one, you chop this one," and all of that. So it now seems that they were not in the same level. Fairly recently, we have heard another discovery that he was persuaded. I don't know if it's a grapevine, but it came from somewhere, and the news had it that Obasanjo said that he was persuaded by Atiku to give up Bakassi to Cameroon. And then there's this lingering, rumor that Atiku is not actually from Nigeria, that his birth place is actually Cameroon. So all of that linked together seems as if Atiku is not even from Nigeria. But then we know he's from Adamawa, you understand? But I think before that time, there were some issues between northern and southern Cameroon and all of that. So maybe there was a migration. A lot of stories around this. I know a lot of you know more about it. Go to our comment section and let us talk about this whole issue. Why is it that Obasanjo, up till today, still sees Atiku as a mistake he made that cannot leave his memory? One of the greatest mistakes for him, he said it was a genuine mistake that he made. That, thank God, whatever that had transpired did not consume him. But from all indication, it shows that he was not okay with having Atiku by his side, because it could be that Atiku drew him out and said things that he didn't want to have those things tagged to his name, especially in the area of corruption. It was so serious and terrible. There was a time even they talk about billions of naira that they took from each other, that Atiku, was brought in. I think 142 billion naira. All of that, it seems to be grapevine, because confirmations have not really, there are no valid evidence to show that those things actually happened. There was a time that news was spreading that about $142 million or so was what Atiku took, and all of that. So many issues. So even up till today, you can see that he is very uncomfortable with the fact that he had Atiku. Now, most people have asked questions on the media when he made this revelation, that is it a way of campaigning against Atiku? Though he did not come out plain to spell out the name of his vice, but is it a way of campaigning against Atiku, that this is not the kind of person you guys should bring into power? Or is just going down memory lane, and these are his regrettable decisions and all of that? Let's talk in our